make some sounds with some stuff we got this last couple weekends, approximately. I guess I could start with this. This is something I bought this past month. I completely forgot about. It's crazy how quickly the month goes nowadays. I still feel like I'm mentally in like June or July, but yeah, the summer went by really quickly. I apologize. I'm sure those who are going back to school are feeling it as well. You're probably already back in school, aren't you? Yeah. So, this is a pyrite bracelet. I love pyrite. I love how it feels. I love wearing it. It offers so much benefits. Pyrite, or in other words, it's called fool's gold. Fool's gold. I've been wearing. I'm sorry, Paco's just too cute the way he's looking at me with his ears back. Oh, he's adorable. But anyway, I've been drawn to it as a kid. It's always followed me. I've always found random pieces of pyrite. Like, it's just something there. Maybe Spirit's recommending I wear. So, I guess I could show you all the crystals I got. Unfortunately, I couldn't find my sujolite piece. I don't know where it is. Sometimes I lose crystals because maybe I'm just simply not meant to have them at a particular time. But however, I got sujolite, I got a ruby infusionite. So this is a palm stone, and I love ruby infusionite. It draws me in lately more than ever. And this was inspo based on a recent video I did where I realized, oh, I actually need some of these crystals for myself. And of course, your Reiki healings on TonyBomboni.com. Check out my website if you guys haven't yet. It has a new look. If you haven't been on my website in the last few months or few years, check it out now. It looks a lot different. It's new and improved and updated, and everyone loves it. So, this is tangerine quartz. I also got this. This is one of my favorites. It brings so much joy, creativity. Anything orange is like the sacral chakra, really. So it'll bring up those feelings in you. And it's a beautiful crystal overall. This is iolite. Iolite. I also loved how this felt while holding it, or, usually I leave crystals in my pocket throughout the day. Today, mine is going to be, surprise, surprise, ruby infusionite, or some people say just ruby infusionite. I think every crystal, overall, if I'm not mistaken, may have a Latin name to it, or another like scientific or chemical compound name, because they're technically compressed chemical compounds, if you think about it. Everything is technically, including you, but I wonder what the chemical compound of a human being would be. That would be probably too complex to describe in a... Okay, anyway, I'm just rambling. So ruby infusionite, tangerine quartz, iolite, sujolite, which I need to find where that sujolite is. Sometimes I'll have it in my pocket. I'll be out and about in public, it'll slip out of my pocket, and I'll never see it again. Means that person who finds it is meant to have it. Spirit meant to charge the energy of that space or room with that stone, or, I just trust the process. So, I just let it flow. This is gold sheen obsidian. You see how it has that little sheen when you move it like that? It's pretty freaking cool. Obsidian, very grounding, but this gold sheen adds an extra element to it, which is particularly nice. And it just feels great. I feel so good when I hold it and use it overall. What's going on here? Why is my camera struggling to focus on me? I think because of the diverse lighting. But is. Yeah, very, very beautiful crystals. I love them all so much. Okay, enough of that. Why do I feel like there was more? That was it. Okay. So, I got kind of in the mood. I got kind of hungry for pancakes. So I got Pearl Millings, formerly Aunt Jemima, buttermilk pancakes. I was like, you know what? These were one of my favorites growing up. Although we rarely made them, because, like, I guess we consider this, like, junk food. But, like, you know, I love sweets, and we always have that sort of guilty pleasure, don't we? So mine is, I don't really feel like guilt when it comes to food, or anything for the matter. So I'm not feeling guilty pleasure, I'm more feeling pleasure when I eat sweets. I enjoy it very much. I don't like waffles, but this actually has a lot of what I need. It has folate, you know, all the good stuff. It actually has a very low sugar content, and I use a all natural, like, glass jar, like maple syrup, and you know, I just use regular old butter. Butter is butter. I don't notice much of a difference. It's all fat anyway, so it doesn't matter if you buy the cheapy butter or the expensive AF butter. Butter's butter, honey. Okay, like, you don't put too much butter anyway. It's only like 1 to 3 tablespoons per meal. I'm not talking pancakes, I'm just saying in general. Like, you don't typically use more than that much butter, so it's really, overall in your whole entire meal, not going to make much of a difference. So, I'm going to actually put this here because it actually has, like, powder coming out of it, or flour, or whatever that is. So, I, one day, was kind of struggling. I'm going to peel this barcode off. Struggling with my eyes. Sometimes I get the strain to this day. I don't know, I think it was more stress that triggered it. I've been pretty, I can't say stressed out lately. I'm feeling better, but it was a lot one particular week, and I won't go into it on here. So I think that sometimes triggers it. So I ended up getting the Aptes Moist Heat Mask. And I think both helped in its own way. You can do it warm or cold. So you put this in the freezer for 30 minutes in a pouch and put it over your eyes for 5 to 7 minutes, or you can microwave it for 15 to 25 seconds depending on the power of your microwave. Let it cool off for a minute, then place it over your eyelids for approximately 10 minutes. So each has its own benefit, but it can help with styes, dry eyes, blepharitis, and blocked glands, which this is part of a 3-step program. You do the moist heat mask, then you do the eyelid wipes, which I also use every morning to clear away. I used to have, like, dandruff in my eyelids, so that helped me, and it removes eye strain by cleaning your eyelashes. And then the 3rd step is the eye drops, which I use nightly. I don't use their brand of eye drops because I was mostly prescribed, like, certain specific ones. I use the Refresh Relieva. Those help me mostly, and they actually hydrate the eye, the clear eyes, like, or whatever. I'm not gonna mention brands, but, like, other brands like that don't really fully hydrate your eyes. Do you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I can actually open it. It's super cute. It comes in this pouch. much screen time, like, yeah, that will definitely trigger it. But I could add this in a role play for sure. See, it's just eye mask with straps. You put it over your eyes. I'm not gonna do it now. You strap it in the back of your head. So this stays warm or cool for a long time, depending what you're doing. So it's pretty nifty. I was actually never prescribed this one, just the wipes and the drops. But okay, so then we ended up getting this sifter. So it's like for shark teeth and stuff. So this is the little container that you can put the teeth in. So you go to the beach and you basically just sift through the watery sand. I can't wait to go to the beach again. I think we're supposed to go with a new person that I've yet to meet, but it's one of my partner's coworkers. So I guess she'll show us how to do this. And this is a wristband you wear so that this doesn't float away. It's called Sea Teach Floating Shark Tooth and Shell Sifter. I guess that's the proper way to collect teeth. The easier way. I've always seen people do this, but I don't know. I never knew how. Okay, so, and then we got a couple floaties. He got like a pool float for like sitting in and like reading a book. I got this, so I'm gonna have to move some things around actually, so I don't knock anything over. I apologize, my couch makes a lot of noise. It's like 8 years old now. Over 8 years old. Very nice couch, but oh my gosh, the leather. So I got this big bed to lay in. It's like pink in the back, green and pink in the front. Very tropical. So it's got holes in it here to kind of hold on to, or if you need to get up. The idea is very large and in charge. It's hard to show all of it, but you know, you make just a little bit of sound with it. We're decorating the house up a little last night. You can kind of see some of it over there. Putting a lot of Evil Eye stuff up. You'll see it in the background soon. We're doing what we can every time we have off, basically, to keep tackling away at stuff. Yeah. So I went to Bam Books A Million and bought a few more books. I ran out of reading material. I finished that Apocalypse book, which, oh boy, I'm definitely not religious, let's put it that way. There were some things in there I was like, whoa, a little extreme, but yeah, I'm very open-minded nonetheless. I don't mind listening to what people have to say, but I can only go so far with certain subjects. So, Taoism, great quotes from the ancient Chinese way of virtue by Lao Tzu. So I loved the last one. sentences and quotes and what have you on each Tao subject. I guess they sell these all over. This comes like in a set, in like edition set. Looks cute, doesn't it? It's just like a little quick mini read you can do in like an hour probably, I'm sure. And the pages feel nice. It looks like they're kind of folded double, do you know what I mean? Like each page has like a little slit here, like an envelope looking thing. So that makes it unique. Actually sounds nice when you flip it. The illustrations are so cute. So I look forward to reading that. And I try to diversify my thing more with the books I'm reading these next couple months, because I read pretty quick, a chapter a day, it adds up quickly. It's not going to take me too long to read these 6 books overall, okay? But instead of just strictly getting personal self-help, I'm sort of trying to expand my horizons more. I still buy anything with spirituality, knowing more about our world, our reality, different people's belief systems. So, I picked I Am, The Power of Discovering Who You Really Are by Howard Falco. So this is more of a self-help one. It says, I Am is fascinating, in-depth, and eye-opening look at the very essence of how each of our lives is created in every moment, by Howard Falco, yes. So, with the wisdom of I Am, you will connect to a passion and a purpose that will forever change the way you live. A roadmap to discovering who you really are. So, that sounds good with me. It's quite a long read. It's many pages. I'm constantly learning, guys. Constantly. I haven't put a book down in years. Many, many years. Michael A. Singer, Wisdom Untethered, The Time for Questions. This one drew me in the most. What if the life you've been searching for is already within you? So this is more self-help and spirituality combined in one. Exploring universal struggles such as the need to control, the fear of change, which I don't really struggle with, and the belief that peace lies outside of ourselves. Singer shows that spiritual growth comes not from fixing your life, but from releasing what blocks your innate peace and freedom. So, this looks like quite a long read too. But I look forward to it very much. It's a pretty cover too. Okay. So, this one, Stop Effing Overthinking. Practical ways to simplify your life. Honey, I'm a Virgo child. I will overthink until I pass out. Alright? It says control worry and anxiety, reign in perseverance and perfectionism. Take charge of obsessive thinking and avoidance. Stop self-sabotage and people-pleasing. Resolve the origins of overthinking by unlearning learned behavior. So this is nice because it's colorful and it has a lot of spots for you to write your thoughts down. And I really do. I have been really craving to write lately and just let it all out. So this will help me on my journey of continued, mental health healing, and which we all need, by the way. None of us are perfect. Yeah, I love it. Okay, this one really drew me in. I really feel drawn to this. This is probably the longest read of them all, but this is The Secret History of the Universe, How Ancient Wisdom Made the Modern World by Mark Booth. Mythology and ancient wisdom are finally found in cutting-edge science. So this is backed by science, right? For those who are sus or skeptical. Maddening, challenging, provoking, and inspiring. Beautifully written. My mind is on fire with argument and wonder. Ooh. This was my most expensive pick for this month, but numerology, palmistry, I think I said, and prophetic dreaming and astrology. So it covers a lot of what I do. So I'm always learning about tarot and different things because that's like half my business, okay? So I have to constantly learn, you know. So basically most of my reads is for self-help, improving my private personal life that you don't see on camera. So I'm not like insane on camera, do you know what I'm saying? Because I believe if you're a public figure, you need to fix your private life first so your public life can be better and more successful, period. So, and then I do, obviously, my public life, which is my business, which I take, I try not to take it so seriously, I try to have fun with it, but, you know, I take seriously to the degree where I take my education seriously, I take what I learn seriously. So, that's part of my expansion journey and learning more about spirit, and I love learning about spirit and different things. I just love learning about spirituality in general. You know, I'm not like all too far-fetched with like the whole conspiracy stuff. Like, I'll listen and I'll nod and agree with some things, but I keep an open mind because you always have to be suspicious or skeptical because there's so many different beliefs. We don't really know what's real at the end of the day. So I think it's important to use your discernment, but at the same time not be so rigid and stuck on one belief in particular. That's my honest opinion. Because you'll end up hurt. Because so many people have so many different beliefs that if someone comes to you and contradicts your belief, it'll make you go crazy. You know? Especially if you'll start dating a person who has a completely different belief than you do. You're always gonna end up fighting. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just not gonna work. So I think we all should have and entertain an open mind and an open heart at the same time, because none of us really has the answers. So, Mission Impossible. This is a board game he bought that I'm looking forward to playing because it's so cute and looks fun. You basically remove the sticks, avoid making the cats fall. So it's like the tumbling cat game. So it's very light for some reason. But what is with cats? Literally, I saw like 3 cats yesterday alone. We went to some like estate sale for fun. That was my first time going to an estate sale. I didn't really buy anything. Like there was not much I wanted because I think the sale was almost over. And it was like the last day, so everything was sold out basically. So, but there was like 2 cats there, and then it just cat after cat. I was like, what is happening? Like, Spirit is sending me something about cats, and I think I pull a card or something came to me in Spirit about cats. I was watching someone I love, like watching on YouTube. They had a cat, and it just showed up out of nowhere. I was like, wait a minute. This is too much cat symbology not to be a coincidence. And I went to the vet and I saw a cat there. That just cat. What is with that? Wait. I saw a cat crossing the street. Cat. What is Spirit trying to say? So we end up buying this game. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for watching and listening. I hope